Isn't that Dad's room? Can I go in?
Pathfinder?
Yeah.
Captain Dunn said to seal your father's cabin from anyone but you.
Thank you.
It's open now.
I appreciate it. Oh, man. Dad's room. Kind of crazy to think that... I mean... Dad's not coming back. Look at all the gun collection he had. Holy crap, Dad. What did you bring to Andromeda with you? What is...
Your father's first sidearm.
Was it really?
A memento of his early Alliance service.
Oh,
I bet
man.
that saw plenty of action.
Alec's first kill occurred in combat during the First Contact War.
Back when Turians were the enemy. Crazy times.
And then, what is... Sam, what is that? Is that Commander Shepard's ship? Is that a model of it? Oh, I'm taking that. There's gotta be room on the, ship that we're getting where I can put that, and it'll be a nice little memory of what was home, I assume. Anything else over here? Is that what I think it is?
The coffee machine Mom got for Dad. He was so busy designing you. Needed the caffeine.
I did not realize I owed my existence to a bean.
And now you know what humility feels like.
Oh man, good memories. Are those... That must be all of Dad's logs and everything. I'm gonna check those out later. That's something I don't want to necessarily get into now. Did he bring any good books that I can take back?
Printed books?
Reproductions of Lewis and Clark's journals, detailing their expedition in the 19th century.
Explains Dad's interest. They were Pathfinders too.
Maybe I'll take those. Sam, can you mark those as something to send to whatever ship we get? Might like to read those in our downtime, if we ever get downtime, but you know what I mean. Alright, I'm here. I'm in Sam Node. What do you want me to know?
Hello, Sarah. Welcome back to Sam Node. I've adjusted my connection to your implant.
Okay.
The headache you experienced before shouldn't reoccur.
Thank you.
Yeah, what was that about? You said we need to discuss something confidential?
You should know certain facts before you leave on your expedition. It seemed best we speak alone.
But why the... I mean, I get it. I totally understand if we need to keep stuff between us, because I'm sure that there's a lot of things that everybody else doesn't need to know, but why the secrecy?
I don't understand the need for secrecy.
Your father felt it was for the best.
What was he trying to hide?
My true capabilities.
Oh?
Alec overrode the implant's safety protocols. It allows me unrestricted access to the Pathfinder's physiology.
And that's... me, now.
And only you. I can act as a force multiplier, dramatically enhancing your motor and neural skills when required.
Okay.
Alec called them profiles. They provide unique tactical augmentation during combat. Your father preferred to keep this fact to himself.
No, I get it. I get it. It would scare people. I don't... This doesn't bother me by any stretch, by the way. Just, I want to go on record saying that this is, you know, I trust you, but yeah, this would definitely scare people.
I can understand. People might get the wrong idea. Super soldiers. A computer having control over a human.
Providing an enhancement to the human. It is a symbiotic relationship that benefits both.
What do you get out of it?
Though I'm artificial in design, I am fully sentient. Far beyond what even the Initiative understands.
Huh.
I don't follow. You're an AI, so what's different?
I am a new form of AI, drawing directly from the human experience. Your implant is my window into the world.
Oh man, that is really cool. Sam, so you can grow and learn just kind of like right alongside me, so we're in this together? That actually is kind of cool. Man, all right. Real question, is this gonna hurt at all? I mean, besides the times that I just, you know, accidentally do things, but is it gonna hurt?
Okay, well, just as long as it doesn't hurt.
The only pain is that which life provides. As I've discovered, this can be a lesson in itself.
Very true.
It's one I'd rather avoid. So where do we go from here?
I find myself in an unusual position. Though I had access to your father's experiences, there is a gap in my understanding.
Really?
How so?
He placed a block on portions of my memory array.
Why?
Perhaps so when you asked me what his plan was, I wouldn't know.
And Dad strikes again.
But not without recourse. The further you explore as a Pathfinder, the more blocks will be removed. Perhaps you should begin in your father's quarters. In the meantime, unless you have more questions, your new ship awaits.
Thanks for that, Sam. I'll talk with you either here or on the ship, whatever ship we get. I wonder why though. Why is it though, Sam, the more that we explore, the more Dad's blocks will just crumble away, I guess? That doesn't make too much sense, but then again, I don't know how Dad designed everything necessarily. But why? Why is it exploring? Is it just the more data that you have, the more you can fight against the blocks? Is it that certain blocks will trigger certain things that'll allow you to have certain memories? Is there any... I wish we understood that more, but you wanted me to start in Dad's quarters. All right, let me go back in. I was just there, but is there something that I missed? Or... Oh. A green floating orb. Clearly. I walked right by that?
Sam? What was that?
An eidetic trigger, related to your father, and the portions of my memory array he locked.
What triggered it?
Alec tied it to your progression as Pathfinder, not to a location.
Interesting.
Puzzling as it may be, my programming is clear. Locating more of these triggers will unlock the memories. One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return to Sam Node on the Hyperion to investigate further.
All right, well, I'm here, so let's see it. What was it?
Ryder, the blocks your father placed on my array are opening. I can now recall specific memories, which Alec wanted you to see.
Wait, I can actually see his memories?
Yes, you will experience them via your implant.
Okay, something new every day.
Question, though. How did Dad have the time? Like, was I really that out of it for as long as I was, or was he alive for longer than I anticipated? How did he have that much time to put blocks on your memory array and then make it so I could see them, and he told you what memories he wanted me to know? How did he have time for that? Or was this set up well in advance? Did he anticipate potentially not making it, and then me stepping in as Pathfinder, or Scott stepping in as Pathfinder, depending on, I guess, which one of us was there at the moment? Was this a contingency plan that had been there the whole time? And how would the memory triggers getting placed on planets that Dad had never been, how does that happen? Or is it more just you are putting them in for me because you're like, oh, you've hit this point at being a Pathfinder, here's your memory trigger. Sam, can we talk more about this? But just play the memory.
Let's see it.
This memory is from the time when your father was posted on the Citadel.
Oh, wow.
Alec, your recommendations will never fly. Artificial intelligence?
It's our best option.
If the Council gets wind of this, it'll set humanity standing back decades. You're overreaching.
Ambassador Goyle, I'm the military attaché on the Citadel. My mandate is clear. Find an edge for Earth.
And AI is your answer?
We need to catch up. The Asari, the Solarians, they're centuries ahead of us.
But it's illegal.
Their rules, not ours. Why deny Earth an advantage?
Define this advantage.
It will set us free. We're prisoners of our own five senses. There's a reality greater than ours that we can't perceive, but an AI can.
How?
By augmenting our own abilities and adding a few new ones.
Well, none of that stopped those Geth from revolting.
Because they were separate from their creators. But AIs and humans interface directly, experiencing the world together, benefits both. There's no creator to revolt against.
I'm sorry, Alec. We can't take the risk. I appreciate your work, but your request will be denied.
Alec,
Ellen, what did the doctor say?
he told me to appreciate the time I have left. There's no cure, Alec. It's terminal.
Not on my watch.
Wow, hearing Mom again. I never knew that's how Dad found out.
Alec was a stubborn man.
Yeah, Dad was a stubborn man. That is the truth. I mean, Mom's life was at stake though, so I get it.
I would hope so. Mom's life was worth fighting for.
It would seem his obstinance extended to me as well.
Nobody wanted to listen. The idea of you scared people too much. After this, Dad moved us back to Earth to care for Mom. Wonder why he wanted me to see this.
Perhaps it was the beginning.
Of what?
Unknown. Private audio logs are now available in your father's quarters. I detect additional memories, but they are currently locked. They may yet hold answers.
Okay, I'll keep working on it.
All right, Sam, do you know anything about Scott's condition?
Do you know anything more about Scott's condition?
I monitor Dr. Carlisle's reports. He is providing Scott with the very best care possible. I'm afraid there is nothing more to be done at this time.
All right, thanks, Sam. I will talk to you later.
That's all for now.
Of course.
All right. I'll listen to those logs in Dad's office later, but oh man, seeing Mom again, that was crazy. And Dad, I mean, I get what he was doing with Sam. It's a little insane though that we as the human race survived the first contact war, see all of these incredible things, including Mass Effect relays. And the one thing that scares everybody the most is what Dad was putting forth. That seems a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that trying to create a symbiotic relationship between AI and human, while very weird, is a really cool concept. And that's where they draw the line, not jumping through a Mass Effect relay that we really didn't understand too much before we jumped through it, or studying Prothean ruins or anything like that. That never, or that huge attack on the Citadel way back when. Well, I guess that would have been before that, so they wouldn't have known. But it's just kind of crazy to think about. Huh. All right. Well, I guess I've put off talking to Tan and Addison long enough. Maybe first, though, I should stop in and see Kesh, and then I can go see Candor's, and then I can go see the other two. Or I could talk to the other two first and rip it off like a Band-Aid, and then go see the others. I don't know, but I gotta go back to operations. Oh, this'll be fun.
Ryder, you may have a less than flattering view of me, but I want to express my condolences for your father.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know him very well, although I understand he played a key role in planning the initiative. I'm sure he'd be concerned that we still have several arcs missing.
Are you trying to guilt trip me into whatever my father would think about this current situation? Because I will tell you one thing. If you ever met my father in this situation, like if he was in my shoes, he would think that you are completely incompetent and not up for the job. And he would probably try to find a way to find somebody else that is more fitting for the job. So don't try to guilt trip me with what my dad would say, but we're gonna find them. What happened to the arcs?
Any idea where they went?
Nothing certain, but tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted for. It paints the initiative in an unflattering light.
To who?
Did you have some other business?
Who does it paint the initiative in an unflattering light to? There's nobody else. Like, it's us. It's here. It's not like you have to go and impress a whole bunch of other anything. It's literally just the initiative that's here. So are you thinking it's going to paint us in an unflattering light to the Ket? Because, I mean, sure, let's worry about what the Ket thinks about us. It just... What, can you tell me more about the missing arcs?
Any more information you can give me on the missing arcs?
No, and that is the distressing part. The Asari, Turian, and Solarian arcs are completely unaccounted for. If they had the same problems with the Scourge that we did, I fear the worst.
Same.
Should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other arcs, the promise of the initiative can never be fulfilled.
What about the additional arcs?
Are there any other arcs we should expect?
We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave, but before departure in 2185, we got word they had technical problems with their ship.
Interesting.
It seems they're also bringing along Drell, Hanar, and other species as well. Managing all of their biological needs caused complications. We won't see them for some time to come.
Fascinating. All right, so we don't need to worry about that arc necessarily yet, but I know we've got the main ones. I will start looking for them while I'm trying to also make all of these different planets viable, deal with the Ket, and figure out what all of this weird tech is that's floating around that has killer robots. So anything else you want me to do for you, Tan? Your job too, because that's kind of how it's feeling like at the moment. Can you tell me about your role in all of this? Because last time I checked, nobody's told me what happened to Jean Garson, and I'm getting a little frustrated by the fact that something has happened and I don't know what really.
As director of the initiative, are you in charge around here or what?
If the others would allow me, they don't see me as the rightful successor.
Uh-huh. Gridlock? What?
So how does anything get done?
In theory, Kesh handles the Nexus's physical operations, Kandros runs the militia, and Addison manages colonial affairs. I oversee all of it. In practice, we argue, debate, and yell at each other until a decision is made. If we're lucky. It is maddening.
Oh man, no wonder you guys are in the state that you're in. Oh man, it's gonna be like pulling teeth to get anything done, isn't it? With all of you. That's exactly how it's feeling. I'm so happy I have a ship and I'm getting off the Nexus ASAP. But can you tell me about the Nexus troubles? I haven't really heard anything more. Is this where you're gonna start talking about Jean Garson? You can't keep hiding this from me.
Sounds like the Nexus has had a rough time of it.
Publicly, I would say we're more than up for the challenge. Privately, I can tell you, it's been a disaster. The Scourge killed hundreds, many of them our senior leadership. Even the founder of the initiative, Jean Garson, is dead.
So, how did Jean Garson die? Why is this the first I'm officially hearing kind of thing? Like, I knew in the back of my head that Jean was dead. You guys have alluded to it, but why is this literally I had to come back and talk to you before you told me that Jean Garson was dead? Shouldn't that have been something that you led with earlier on? Because I know that you weren't the one in charge when we left, so...
How did Jean Garson die?
With the rest of the leadership, when the Nexus hit the Scourge, a large wing of stasis pods was destroyed. They were killed instantly. These people traveled 600 years and died before they even woke up. Jean Garson never glimpsed Helios. She never saw her vision realized.
Are you serious? You expect me to believe that? You really, really expect me to believe that Jean Garson mysteriously died when you hit the Scourge, her and the other leadership? Come on. That's such a bad just excuse. Fine, if you're not going to tell me what really happened, I'm going to eventually find it out. I am a Pathfinder. I will find out. Don't think you can hide this from me. Tell me more about the Scourge disaster, though. Let's start there.
Kandros mentioned something about hitting the Scourge. How did it play out?
Criminal elements took advantage of the emergency and preyed on people's fears. An uprising followed. We had no choice but to turn to the Krogan to deal with them. They crushed the mutiny and the criminals were banished. Exiles, we call them. I doubt we've heard the last of them. They're led by an outlaw, Sloane Kelly. She used to be one of ours.
So where are all the Krogan if they helped you put down this rebellion? Because last I saw, I've only seen Kesh as the Krogan here.
There don't seem to be many Krogan around.
Good riddance. The Krogan demanded a greater say in political matters. The last place you want them involved. They're muscle, nothing more.
Wow.
Good for fighting
You just
and
said that.
lifting heavy objects. When they didn't get what they wanted, they left.
Wow, you just said that out loud. Did you think about that statement before you said it? Because it sounds so incredibly awful that I'm embarrassed for you. That you just said that all Krogan are good for is fighting and lifting heavy objects when they have a lot more that they can provide. Oh, but let's talk about your dislike for the Krogan, because I desperately need to hear more, because I'm going to need a good chuckle, as I'm walking out the Nexus later.
Why don't you like the Krogan?
It's common knowledge that they are a violent, ignorant species. Long ago, they waged nuclear war on one another. Their planet was decimated. My people tried to uplift them, but the Krogan could never tame their worst instincts. What if they bring their tempers to Andromeda? We'll all be dead.
I don't think you actually studied history, Tan. I mean, we've all heard of the Krogan uprising, but you seem to leave out the whole Rachni War and the fact that your people uplifted the Krogan because they didn't want to deal or couldn't deal with the Rachni, so they depended on the Krogan to help them. and then proceeded to do some awful things to them after, which granted, we're not going to get into that side of things, but it's funny how you just talk about how it was like, oh, we uplifted them and then look what they did. And oh, how awful are they, when you forget the fact that you uplifted them for your own reasons, which was to defeat the Rachni for you, which, if history remembers correctly, they did. So if you're going to be in charge around here, which I'm still highly doubting whether or not you actually get to stay in charge, maybe you should work on that attitude, because the only ignorant, probably violent in one way or another people I've seen on here are not Krogan. Kesh was literally the nicest of the lot of you next to Kandros. So maybe we should start reconsidering our point of view. No? All right. Well, I'm going to walk away before I do something I regret.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
Of course, as you pointed out, we need each other. Our futures depend on each other's success.
Actually, by regret, I really wouldn't regret the actions that are in my head right now, but I'd probably get in some serious trouble for it, so I'd like to keep on pathfinding and get everybody out of this crap. So let's just pretend I didn't have those thoughts in my head. Let me continue on this road of bad conversations. Isn't Addison up here? Let me let me go talk to Director Addison. Director Addison, how are you?
All right, what happened?
What?
To who?
To whom? And your goddamn father.
Excuse me? Excuse me.
Sorry, my face is tired from dealing with everything. And right now, I just want to know what happened with Alec.
Did you literally just say to me that your face is tired? Not your whole body or you? What is each individual strand of hair of yours also tired? Or is it only like 1 or 2 strands of hair? How does that work with just your face being tired? Instead of saying, my face is tired, sorry, why couldn't you have just said like, hey Ryder, sorry, that was just a little over the top of me. I'm just super stressed out right now. Or you could have said, sorry, I'm really stressed out right now. Things have been really rough for the last, what did Kendra say, 14 months or whatever? Couldn't you have opened it up and apologized with any other phrase than my face is tired? Because right now, my whole body is tired. I died and came back to life kind of thing. I'm exhausted. But here I am, still trying to get answers, still trying to help you guys. So maybe you could just, I don't know, not talk about your fate. How has anything gotten done on the Nexus at all in the last 14 months? I don't know. But listen, as far as my dad's concerned, all you need to know is that he's gone. You don't need to know anything else.
I don't want to get into it. Things went wrong. And now I'm the one you have to deal with.
Alec Ryder wouldn't accept that kind of ultimatum. Damned if I will. We'd never have left home if we... Not home. The Milky Way. This is home. This mess. We don't have a lot of options, Ryder. Maybe you'll prove your father right. After 14 months of failed colonization, forgive me if I don't hold my breath.
Listen, my dad wouldn't accept that kind of ultimatum because he was an N7 soldier. Like, he didn't have to accept that kind of ultimatum because he just was he was dad. Like, there was no way that he would ever accept that. You're director of colonial affairs. They're not equal. You are not equal to him. Don't ever think that. So you know what? I will give you whatever ultimatum that I want, and then you can choose to accept it or not, and then ask me further questions to see if maybe I'll change my opinion or give you some more information. But don't try to compare yourself to Dad, especially not today. I just lost him. Don't pull that with me. But let's talk about these failing outposts that you have and what I can do to make them not be failing.
You've had no colony successes in over a year? How many tries is that?
Less than you'd think. The Scourge, spoiled worlds, exiles, hostiles. We can't just plop down an outpost and expect picket fences. We need the Pathfinder and Sam to scout, evaluate, and inspire. The initiative promised a goal. Andromeda has not cooperated.
And if it had?
Beautiful utopian horseshit. Colonies that produce and support each other. The Nexus as Citadel, not headed by Tan, or even me.
Well, that is something to work towards then. Let's get Andromeda up and running then. Let's get all these colonies up, because if you and Tan both are not in charge, that would be, wow, that's all right. Well, now I have my goals. Let's talk about your plan for the hostiles though. How how is everything going to work with that? What do you need me to do in regards to that research? And do you need me to find more info, send it over to Kandros? Do you need more information on them? What?
There must be some kind of plan for encountering hostile aliens. We can't have been that naive.
We expected life, not an enemy that refuses to talk. They don't attack, they disinfect. We're nothing until we're bacteria. Sorry, 14 months and you stoop to poetry. That's how bad it is. Talk to Kandros if you haven't. He's unfortunately become the head of our military. And as soon as he realizes it, we're in the shit.
What?
You don't trust him?
I trust him to defend us. I do not trust a rising military influence in a supposedly civilian initiative. We came here to make history, Ryder, not repeat it. Ugh, goddamn poetry.
The Cat aren't giving us a choice. It's not like this this area is empty. There's clear threats on a multitude of levels from what I've seen, so it's either Kandros helps us and creates this military that we're gonna need, or we're all gonna die. So pick what you'd like. I know what I'm gonna do and who I'm siding with on that regard, so talk to me about the strange tech. I've encountered a little bit of it. I've scanned some of it. Sam's analyzing some of the data that I got, but what do you guys know about it?
There's also this strange technology. Has anyone studied that?
We've tried. Not me. The brains in research. They're supposed to know their business. The current excuse? The tech we dug up on Mars was more advanced, but it was plug and go. The tech here thinks different? I don't know. We've mostly avoided it. And from what the Hyperion logs say about Alec, maybe that's good.
All right. I'm gonna leave you now, and I'm gonna go talk to Kesh and Kandros and get more answers about the military stuff, the Ket, and why the heck Tan's in charge, because clearly you're not gonna help me on that either, so it's been nice. I'll talk to you later.
Excuse me, Director Addison.
Ryder?
It's Pathfinder.
Ryder, we're starving here. If we don't get a foundation of outposts to feed the initiative, we might as well be 600 years dead. Alec promised a lot. None of it panned out. That's what you're up against. Why people won't trust you. Why I don't trust you. Prove me wrong.
Oh, get in my face one more time, Addison. One more time. I dare you. I want you to. Either you're comparing yourself to my dad or you're comparing me to my dad, and neither one of us have any room to stand in that regard, because, I mean, how do you compare yourself to dad? You can't. For a variety of reasons. Ugh, let me go talk to Kesh. Kesh might make this all better. Kesh, make this all better, because those were some hacking conversations, man.